Alright guys, this is Richard. I am just going to show you real quickly how to actually I'm going to try to show you quickly how to make changes to the survey form. And I was just thinking of stopping the video and starting someplace else, but I think I'll just keep on going from here. Without further ado, what you do is you just sign into your Google account, or you just sign into your email account. I'll send you a link that'll let you be an author. If you click on the link, I'm just going to sign into my Gmail account real quick. Okay, and if all of you have Gmail accounts, this will be easy. Of course, I can send it to your Umail account, which will allow you to do the same thing. But once you're signed into a Gmail account, you just go right in here to this Google Apps, Google Drive, and of course, I got to find my stuff. IUB, Fall 16, Performance. Alright, now this is the training. Whoa. Okay. I had renamed these. One is to be used and one's not to be used. I don't know how they got renamed. Okay, so now I am in quite of a quandary. I think this is in our folder that we had. Okay. Well, this is it. I just don't know where. I thought I had it in another folder. So sorry to make this taking longer than it should. Anyways, let's see which one of these are the right ones. I thought I had renamed. Okay, this one is definitely looks like the right one. Let me look at the other one. Yeah, this one is the old one. I'm going to rename this. Hopefully this is the wrong one. Yeah, I think this is the wrong one because I don't know what happened to the naming. But anyways, do not use this. Alright. And I'm just afraid to delete it because, I don't know, I'm just afraid to delete things. But anyhow, this, yeah, do not use. Let's not use that one. This is the real one. You go in here to the SAP training question error. And once you're inside it, okay, I have up here, determine the quality of SAP training with Sargento Foods Incorporated, authorized by Steve Cahoon, Director of Manufacturing Systems. Okay. It's fairly easy. This is just our, I have these in sections, section 1 through 9. Each section will look exactly like just one page by itself, and I'll show you what that means. In order to see what the person who's taken the survey, in order to see their perspective, this preview button right here, it looks like an eyeball. You click that, and it'll take you to exactly what it would look like on their end. Okay? So as you can see, SAP Training Questionnaire, this is just one page, one block, and going back to the editable, you'll see it's all one block here. Okay? So one block equals one page. And then it's got directions underneath, continue to the next section. Okay. And then here it's another block. This will be one page. This will be the exact same as if you were, oops, let's get rid of this. And let's get, sorry to be clicking around here, but I want to just have two or three tabs at the most. So, anyways, this is one page, which equals one section. You click next, and that'll give you to the next section. Right here, click next, and it'll give you to the next section. This is section 2. It doesn't say section 2 because you only see that if you're editing it, but this next section is section 2. We go back, we see section 2 of 9 right here. This corresponds to each page. Now, it's easy to make changes to the wording of each question. Each question can be identified by this little 6 dotted bracket thing. You just click on that, and now you can edit the question. Okay, and there's a 6 bracket thing for every question. 6 dotted bracket thingamajiggy for every question. Okay. At the top is the title of my section, and this just says general description, and clicking on the 6 bracket thing, we're getting into the question again. And as we can see on the right hand side, it's multiple choice. If I wanted it to be something different, I'd click on this multiple choice drop down arrow, and I can make it a paragraph, a short answer, check boxes, drop down, linear scale, time, date, multiple linear choice grid. Excuse me. Okay, so that is generally how you can start a new question or change the format of a question. But whenever you start a new question, you'll have to select what kind of question you want. But this is multiple choice, and that's the default. Now down here is the required. We can make it required where they have to choose. They have to go through it or not. I haven't made everything required yet. You could do all that at the end maybe. But I start out with, did you receive training for SAP? Yes. If they say yes, I have this here in sections. And the way you edit this is to the right of the sections is another drop-down arrow. And it tells you, if they answer yes, which section do you want them to go to. I say go to section 3, materials. Okay, materials is actually the next section, which is what it would automatically do, because underneath, in between the sections, it'll tell you where it's going to go to if you don't tell it to go somewhere else up here. Okay, so it would automatically went to 3 anyways, but I told it specifically to go to 3 if you answer yes to this question. And then for no, if they answer no, they haven't had any training, I just say go to section 9, which is all the way to the bottom, and then the only thing it'll ask them is, I have an open-ended question, and Kate will probably redo some of this to make it less open-ended. Okay. Oh, that's actually section 6. It goes to section 9, and section 9 would look like this. What would you like to see in regards to training? For SAP, I've never seen it not have the entire wording on here like that, but I guess you have these up and down arrows to let you see the entire wording. Anyways, if you don't like a question, you can just simply delete it. If you like the question so much you want to ask it again, but just change the wording a little bit, you can duplicate it right here. Like I said, this is required. And so they go to section 9, and department you used SAP in is their next question, and what did you use SAP for? Another, pretty much the last question, and then they submit. So this is what it would look like if they answered no. If they had no SAP training, and I don't have this question response because I wanted them to describe the process of their training. But Kate, you can put that out if you want, and just make fewer open-ended questions, or maybe just one open-ended question, and change things as you wish. But anyways, once you hit no and you hit next, it'll go immediately to section number 9. And when they're done, they hit submit, and they're finished with the form. So that's what I have going on here. This is section 9, and that's where you go to if you answer no. Okay. The way you get sections is, say for this question right here, I hit the 6 dots. Now I'm ready to edit this question. Go back here to the bottom right where there's 3 dots. Okay. and it gives you several things, but the one I checked was go to section based on answer, and once you click on that, that will pop up these lists right here. It'll show up as an upside down arrow. Okay, so like for here, you could see these upside down arrows and tells you which section to go to. For this question here is not in this other multiple choice question here. Okay, if I wanted it to be to go to somewhere based on an answer, I would click on the 6 dots again to select the question, and then I would go down to the 3 dots here on the bottom right, and I would say go to selection based on answer. Okay, now I can tell it which section I want them to go to. Okay, and spunk, oops. I can do that for each question. And of course, if I don't want to do that, I just simply delete. Well, I guess if I'm to delete them, oops. I think I deleted part of the test. So if you mess up, I think, well, I thought there was an undo button here, and I don't see an undo button. Uh-oh. Well, let me see. This is very simple. To add another option, you just hit add option underneath here, and you hit yes. Don't know how well I'm showing you this, but I think you guys can get the gist of this. Okay, now I'm trying to get rid of this section because I didn't want it to go based on an answer. So I go back to the bottom three dots and I uncheck that, and it disappears. Okay. Instead of I see what I did. I deleted the whole question by hitting this X instead of deleting this. Well, no, let me see. Well, I guess I'm deleting the whole question with these X's. I thought I can delete them here, but the only way to delete these, I guess, is just to go down to the bottom 3 dots and just uncheck it. And now it's just a regular question again. It doesn't branch. Okay, that's pretty much how you do it. Now, to be able to add another question, suppose I want to add another question to this last section, section 9. And I think Greg mentioned we may not have permission to ask for names, but let's just say we did, just to give you an illustration. I'm going to go up here, add a question, and boom, it adds a question wherever I last had my cursor. And that's a problem because I meant to add the question to the bottom, but I last clicked on number 3. And I ended up writing a question where I didn't want it. But that's easily fixable. You just simply grab this thing and just drag it all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Okay, keep dragging, keep dragging, keep dragging, keep dragging. Okay. Drag it all the way down where I want it. And I can put it anywhere I want. I can put it in between certain questions, or at the top, or I can put it at the bottom. There's little 6 dots which you grab to move anything anywhere you want. Now, there's another way I could have done this. Suppose I was in 3 again, accidentally added a question where I didn't want. I could have just simply, this new question here, I could just simply delete it just like that. And now it's gone. Now I can go down and simply add a question where I want. Oops, see, I did it again. See, I last clicked on 3, and I didn't mean to click on 3. Let's see, what I should have done is go here, then click on where I want the question. Like if I want it underneath the department you used, I click on that, then I hit this add a question, and there it goes. It gives me a question. Multiple choice is the default, and you can add options just simply by clicking, clicking, clicking. and you can make the options anything you want. And if you want to, of course, get rid of the options, just hit these X's over here. And here's where you can add an other to multiple choice. Like I said, if you want something else, if you want, say, I don't know, a drop down, you can add your options. And to you, you'll see all the options laid out, but the user will see, they'll have to hit like an upside down arrow like this drop down here. Shows more. Okay. So anyways, that's how you add a question. I'm going to delete this question because I don't, at this time, need another question. Now suppose number 9 wasn't the end and I wanted another section. What I would do is I would hit this line right here that says add section, a double line I should say. You hit it and you get another section. And then you can just give the description you want to give it. Or the title of the section you want to give it, and then a short description if you want, and then you can just start adding questions. Add as many as you want. I added 3 questions. Well, I thought I added 3. 1, yep, 2, 3. All multiple choice with 1 option. Fairly easy. You can add another title of the description if you want to the whole section. I'm not going to do that. Add an image if you want. Add a video if you want. Normally you just need 1 title for each section, but you can add additional ones if you want up here. Another thing I think I need to show you is down, let me see, is if you have a short answer or a paragraph, you have additional options. Down in these bottom 3 notes, you can ask for a description so that underneath each question you can describe it, you know, any information you want. You know, like I don't know, type in this what I put it is I put if no, then leave blank or something, you know. Or I should say, if yes, then describe. I think I did that. I think I did that in one of the other questions is what I did. Alright, so anyways, I think you get the point of that. So if you want a description, you click on it with these bottom 3 dots for each question. If you want data validation, it's a little more trickier here, but it's not too complicated. If you want them to add a number, you can say they have to add a number, or you know, some people want to type the word 1 or O-N-E instead of just the number 1. So that can throw off our validation if we're expecting a number and they're just giving text. If they're typing the number 1 instead of if they're typing the text 1 instead of typing the number 1, that can throw you off. So you go around that problem by just saying this has to be a number, and you say what the number it can be greater than or equal to. You know, I just say if they need a number, I just say greater than 0. And right here you can say this is a custom error text. This is what will appear on the screen. If they haven't typed in what you've asked them to, just say must type in a number. Okay, and that's fairly simple. I guess they also have if you want to type in a text, then you could say the text has to contain certain letters or doesn't contain certain letters, or it has to be an email address or a URL. And then it goes in some very complicated stuff. If you say regular expression, you can really make some complex rules of how you want them to enter in the question. But I don't think we're going to get into regular expressions. The only thing, if you need to validate anything, it'll either be they have to enter in a number or they have to enter in a text, and that's pretty much it. And then you just write your custom error here. I hope that wasn't too complicated. I'm going to get rid of these, by the way. Matter of fact, I'm going to delete this whole section. And I think you delete the section by going up here. Okay, I can duplicate the section, I can delete the section, or I can merge section 10 with section 9, and we'll have a longer 9. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to delete this whole section because I used it only to illustrate to you how to use this. And then I'm also going to delete this question that I added. Okay, and that form should be pretty much the same way it was before I started this illustration. I hope this is helpful. One more thing I guess I want to mention is I told you how about the condition. Like if you click yes here, you go to section 3. You click no here, go to section 9. You can also have conditions if you just after they're finished and they hit next, like for instance here, if they hit next, you can direct it where to go next by going under here between the sections. You can tell it. Also, once they're finished with this section, you want them to go to section 8, section 7, 6, 9. I don't use these too much because mainly if I want them to redirect into another branch or another section, then I simply just go up here to the question itself, and I just have go to section based on answer. So I thought I would mention the two different ways you can branch, either from underneath after the entire section is finished, or within an individual question, depending on their answer. So I hope this was helpful. After you're all done, just let me know. If you need any help, let me know. And when everything's finished, we'll create a spreadsheet that'll collect all their answers. All right, guys. Hope this wasn't too long or too complicated. Please let me know if you need any help. We can also schedule a time to meet if you want me to go over this personally. Or just ask me a question through email, text, and I'll be glad to respond. Okay, thanks guys. I hope this has been helpful to you.